Every time I look up to the sky, I get the chills. He heals me, showed me all the thrills. Had to turn it down a notch, I can't be doing what I feel. Always wanted fancy houses in the hills, music deals. I was fighting just to find my next meal. Now all I want is healing, life not death. This is spirit versus flesh. Which one you gon' keep killing? Every day you take the test. Who you gon' keep fearing? Man of the Most High himself. I'd rather seek the kingdom till I take my last breath. Rather have peace than $1 million check. Rather have grace, love, mercy, and respect. Rather trust in Yah, use the Sabbath for my rest. No regrets, I'm really blessed. Praise Yahuwah every sec, praise Yahuwah every breath. Get to know what he accept. Drop the pride and now I get to know him fully and in depth. I know I'm imperfect, but I'm always giving him my best. But I'm always giving him my best. Grace, love, peace, that's what he brings to me, oh best. But I'm always giving him my best. Grace, love, peace, that's what he brings to me. I gotta thank him again, I'll never take it in vain. I don't know where to begin, even releasing the chains. I know I have to repent, I know I had to be changed. Had to get out of the game, tired of chasing the fame. Giving my life to the great, save my soul in exchange. And this world will never get a break. Dedicate my life to his love, only one that's always been a saint. Let me do the pain, you get esteem, honor, and praise. I was in pain, but you give me rest. Knows I'm imperfect, but I'm always giving my best. But I'm always giving it my best. Grace, love, peace, that's what he brings to me, oh best. But I'm always giving it my best. Grace, love, peace, that's what he brings to me. Praise Yahweh, praise Yahweh. Hallelujah.
Yo, Britt, I was hoping to catch you at home before you left. Whatever happens is exactly what's supposed to happen, and wherever you end up, exactly where you're supposed to be. Yah is in control. Even though we're in this world, we're not of this world, but we still know the ruler of this world. So just keep doing what you're doing. He's got your back. He'll clear your path ahead of you. He'll open doors, he'll close doors, and he'll keep you right where he wants you to be, not veering off the path.
Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another episode of Debate Talk for You and another Sabbath reading. And I bid you all a happy Sabbath today. Excuse my voice. It's been kind of affected. We got a big fire going on up north, Northern California. And man, we got ashes down here and smoke is all in the way and everything. So yeah, so it's just been really messing with my allergies. So I'm stuffed up and everything else, but that's all right though. We're gonna read this Torah on this beautiful Shabbat. I like to say thank the Most High for everything He has given us, and also everything that He will continue to give us in the in the future and today as well. Y'all, once again, that was Brit Yah. That was a new one that I just played. Finding Yah in Matthew 7:7, as you can see. You guys go make sure you subscribe to our channel. The sister puts in some really good work, makes some really nice music, and it definitely helps us get along on this Sabbath day. So anyway, let me go ahead and see here. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen so I can start getting to this reading here. Anyway, hopefully everybody's having a great Shabbat. Let me pull up my Bible. Okay. And like I said, today we're going to be reading from, let's see here. Hold on. Yeah, today we're going to be reading, we're going to be starting at chapter 16. Prayerfully, we will go to chapter 24. And yeah, like I say, I hope everybody's having a great day. So let me go ahead and bump this up. Let me take the ticker off. I think you guys seen what her channel is. So let's go ahead and get this going. Let's start reading. Okay, so let's start at Numbers chapter 16 and verse 1. And it reads, Now Korah, the son of Ishar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, and son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. And when Moses heard this, he fell on his face, and he spoke unto Korah and unto his company, saying, Even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him. Even him he hath chosen will he cause to come near unto him. This do, take you censers, Korah and all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Lord doth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, you sons of Levi. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi. Seemeth it but a small thing unto you that the God of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them? And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also? For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Lord. And what is Aaron, that ye murmur against him? And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, We will not come up. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness? Except thou thyself altogether, make thou thyself altogether a prince over us? Moreover, thou hast not brought us into the land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. And Moses was very wroth, and he said unto the Lord, Respect not their offering. I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt any of them, have I hurt one of them. And Moses said unto Korah, Be thou and all thy company before the Lord, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow, and take every man a censer, and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Lord every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. And they took every man his censer, and put the fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, Separate yourselves from among the congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell on their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, and one man shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the congregation, saying, Get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, And Moses rose and went into Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spoke unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. So they gat up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood at the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them on my own mind. If these men die of the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Lord have not sent me. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open up her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain to them, and they go down quick into the pit, and ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord. And it came to pass, as he made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed up on them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Israel around them fled about that are excuse me, and all Israel that were around about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, Lest the earth swallows us up also. And there came out a fire from the Lord and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, that he take up the censers out of the burning, and scatter thou the fire yonder, for they are hallowed. The censers of these sinners against their own souls, let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar, for they offer them before the Lord. Therefore they are hallowed, and they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel. And Eleazar the priest took the brazen censers wherewith they were burnt had offered, and they were made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger that is not of the seed of Aaron come near to offer incense before the Lord, that he be not as Korah, and as his company, as the Lord said to him by the hand of Moses. But on the morrow all the congregation of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, saying, Ye have killed the people of the Lord. And it came to pass, when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell on their faces. Excuse me. And Moses and Aaron take and Moses and Aaron and Moses said unto Aaron, Take a censer and put fire therein from upon the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly into the congregation and make atonement for them. For there is wrath gone out from the Lord; the plague is begun. And Aaron took as Moses commanded, and ran in the midst of the congregation, and behold, the plague was begun among the people. And he put on incense, and he made an atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. Now they that died in the plague were 14,700, beside them that died about the matter of Korah. And Aaron returned unto Moses into the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed. Chapter 17. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and take of every one of them a rod according to the house of their fathers, and all their princes according to the house of their fathers 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod. And thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi, for one rod shall be for the head of the house of their fathers. And thou shalt lay them upon the tabernacle of the congregation before the testimony, where I will meet with you. And it shall come to pass that the man's rod, whom I shall choose, shall blossom. and I will make to cease from the murmurings of the children of Israel, whereby they murmur against you. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel, and every one of the princes gave him a rod apiece, for each prince one according to their fathers' houses, even 12 rods, and the rod of Aaron was among their rods. And Moses laid up the rods before the Lord of the tabernacle of witness. And it came to pass that on the morrow Moses went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron was in the house of Levi, was budded, and brought forth buds, and bloomed blossoms, and yielded almonds. And Moses brought out all the rods from before the Lord unto the children of Israel, and they looked and took every man his rod. And the Lord said unto Moses, bring Aaron's rod again before me, before the testimony, to be kept a token against the rebels. And thou shalt quite take away their murmurings from me, that they die not. And Moses did so, and the Lord did so as the Lord commanded him, so did he. And the children of Israel spake unto Moses, saying, behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. Whosoever cometh anything near unto the tabernacle of the Lord shall die. Shall we be consumed with dying? Chapter 18. And the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood, and thy brethren also the tribe of Levi, the tribe of thy father, bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness. And they shall keep the charge and the charge of the tabernacle. Only they shall not come nigh the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, that neither they nor ye also die. And they shall be joined unto them, and keep the charge of the tabernacle and the congregation for all the service of the tabernacle, and the stranger shall not come nigh unto you. And ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary and the charge of the altar, and there be no wrath, that there be no wrath any more upon the children of Israel. And I behold, and I behold, I have taken your brother the Levites from dang, my excuse me, I got all this stuff in my chest from this fire, and it's really irritating me. When I read, it's starting to come up. Please forgive me if it gets any worse. I'm gonna have to end this early, but please forgive me. Okay, so 18 and 6. And I beheld, and I behold, I have taken your brother the Levites from among the children of Israel. To you they are given as a gift to the Lord, to do the service of the tabernacle of congregation. Therefore thou and thy sons and thee shall keep your priest's office for everything of the altar, and within the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest's office unto you as a service of gift, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, behold, I also have given thee the charge of mine heave offerings and of my hallowed things of the children of Israel. Unto thee have I given them by reason of the anointing, and to thy sons by the ordinance forever. This shall be thine of the most holy things, reserved from the fire, every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be the most holy for thee and for thy sons. In the most holy place, in the most holy place shalt thou eat it. Every male shall eat it; it shall be holy unto thee. And this is thine, the heave offering or their gift, with all the wave offerings of the children of Israel, I have given unto thee, and to thy sons, and to thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. Everyone that is clean in thy house shall eat of it. All the best of the oil, and all the best of the wine, and of the wheat, the first fruits of them which they shall offer unto the Lord, them have I given thee. And whatsoever is first ripe in the land, which they shall bring unto the Lord shall be thine. Every one that is clean in the house shall eat it of it. Everything devoted in Israel shall be thine. Everything that openeth the matrix in the flesh, in all flesh, which they bring unto the Lord, whether it be of men or beasts, shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shalt thou surely redeem, and the firstling of unclean beasts shalt thou redeem, and those that are to be redeemed from a month old shalt thou redeem according to thine estimation, for the money of 5 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 gerahs. But the firstling of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem; they are holy. Thou shalt sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and shalt burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor unto the Lord. And the flesh of them shall be thine, as the wave breast and as the right shoulder are thine. All the heave offerings of the holy things which the children of Israel offer unto the Lord have I given thee, and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before the Lord unto thee and to thy seed with thee. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, saying, Thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part and thine inheritance among the children of Israel. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth of Israel for an inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of congregation. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh to the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do this service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they shall bear their iniquity. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, that among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. But the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer as an heave offering unto the Lord, I have given to the Levites to inherit. Therefore I have said unto them, Among the children of Israel they shall have no inheritance. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, When ye shall take the children of Israel, the tithe of the children of Israel, the tithes which I have given you from their inheritance to you, uh, from them of you. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me start that over. Numbers 18 and 26. Please bear with me, guys. Thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, When ye take of the children of Israel the tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then ye shall offer up an heave offering of it for the Lord, even a tenth part of the tithe. And this your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you as though it were the corn of the threshing floor, and as the fullness of the winepress. Thus ye also shall offer an heave offering unto the Lord of all your tithes which ye receive of the children of Israel, and ye shall give therefore the Lord's heave offering to Aaron the priest. Out of all your gifts ye shall offer every heave offering unto the Lord, of all the best thereof, even the hollow part thereof out of it. Therefore ye shall say unto them, When ye have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as increase of the threshing floor, and as the increase of the winepress. And ye shall eat in every place, ye and your households, for it is your reward for the service of the tabernacle of congregation. And ye shall bear no sin by reason of it, when ye have heaved it from the best of it. Neither shall ye pollute the holy things of the children of Israel, lest ye die. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, This is the ordinance of the law which the Lord hath commanded, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel that they bring thee a red heifer without spot, wherein is no blemish, and upon which never came yoke. And ye shall give her unto Eleazar the priest, that he may bring her forth without the camp. And one shall slay her before his face. And Eleazar the priest shall take her blood with his finger, and sprinkle of her blood directly before the tabernacle of the congregation 7 times. And one shall burn the heifer in his sight, her skin and her flesh and her blood with her dung shall he burn. And the priest shall take cedar wood and hyssop and scarlet, and cast it into the midst of the burning of the heifer. Then the priest shall wash his clothes, and he shall bathe his flesh in water. And afterward he shall come to the camp, and the priest shall be unclean until the even. And he that burneth shall wash his clothes in water, and bathe his flesh in water, and shall be unclean until the even. And the man that is clean shall gather up the ashes of the heifer, and lay them up without the camp in the clean place, and it shall be kept for the congregation of the children of Israel for a water of separation. It is a purification for sin. And he that gathereth the ashes of the heifer shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. And it shall be unto the children of Israel, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among them, a statute forever. He that toucheth the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. He shall purify himself with it on the third day, and on the seventh day he shall be clean. But if he purify himself but if he purify not himself the third day, then the seventh day he shall not be clean. Whoever touches the dead body of any man that is dead, and purifieth not himself, defileth the tabernacle of the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from Israel. Because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon them, he shall be unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him. This is the law when a man dieth in a tent. All that come into the tent, and all that is in the tent shall be unclean 7 days. And every open vessel which hath no covering bound upon it is unclean. And whosoever touches one that is slain with the sword in an open fields, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days. And for an unclean person, they shall take of the ashes of the burnt heifer of purification for sin, and running water shall be put thereinto a vessel. And a clean person shall take hyssop and dip it in the water, and sprinkle it upon the tent, and upon the vessels, and upon the person that was there, and upon him that touched a bone, or one slain, or one dead, or a grave. And the clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean of the third day, and on the seventh day. And on the seventh day he shall purify himself, and wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and he shall be clean at even. But the man that shall be unclean and shall not purify himself, that soul shall be cut off from among the congregation, because he has defiled the sanctuary of the Lord. The water of separation have not been sprinkled upon him. He is unclean. And it shall be a perpetual statute unto them, that he that sprinkleth the water of separation shall wash his clothes, and he that toucheth the water of separation shall be unclean until the even. And whatsoever the unclean person toucheth shall be clean, and the soul that toucheth it shall be unclean until the even. Then came the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, into the desert of Zin in the first month, and the people abode in Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there. And there was no water for the congregation, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. And the people cholled with Moses and spake, saying, would God that we died when our brother died before the Lord? And why have ye brought up the congregation of the Lord into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there? And wherefore have ye made us to come up out of Egypt to bring us unto this evil place? It is no place of seed, or of figs, or of vines, or of pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they fell upon their faces, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take the rod and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes, and it shall give forth his water, and thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink. And Moses took the rod from before the Lord as he had commanded. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice, and the water came out abundantly. And the children drank, and the beast ate, and the beast also. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, uh, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, Because ye believe me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them. This is the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel strove with the Lord, and he was sanctified in them. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the king of Edom, and thus saith thy brother Israel, Thou knowest all the travail that have befallen us, how our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel, and hath brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city on the utmost of the border. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed the borders. And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. And the children of Israel said unto him, We will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, Thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his borders, wherefore Israel turned away from him. And the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, journeyed from Kadesh and came unto Mount Hor. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in Mount Hor by the coast of the land of Edom, saying, Aaron shall be gathered unto this people, for he shall not enter into the land which I had given the children of Israel, because ye rebelled against my word at the water of Meribah. And Aaron and Eleazar his son, take Aaron and Eleazar his son, and bring them up unto Mount Hor, and strip Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son, and Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, and shall die there. And Moses did as the Lord commanded, and they went up into the Mount Hor, into the sight of all congregation. And Moses stripped Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son. And Aaron died there in the top of the mount, and Moses and Eleazar came down from the mount. And when all the congregation saw that Aaron was dead, they mourned for Aaron 30 days, even all the house of Israel. Chapter 21. And when King Arad, the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that all Israel came by the way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners. And Israel vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, If thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities. And the Lord hearkened to the voice of Israel and delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them and their cities, and called the name of the place Hormah. And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. And the people spake against God and against Moses. Wherefore have ye brought us up out of the land out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this lightest bread. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass that everyone who is bitten, when he looketh upon it, it shall live. And Moses made the serpent of brass and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in Abath. And they journeyed from Abath and pitched in Ijebarim in the wilderness, which is before Moab, turning the sunrise toward the sunrise rising. From thence they removed and pitched in the valley of Zerad and Zered. From thence they removed and pitched in the side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness that cometh out of the coast of the Amorites. For Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Wherefore it is said in the book of the wars of the Lord, what he did in the Red Sea and in the book of Arnon. And at the stream of the brooks that goeth down in the dwelling of Ar, and lieth upon the border of Moab. And from thence they went to Beer, that is the well whereof the Lord spake unto Moses, Gather the people together, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song, Spring up, O well, sing ye unto it. The princes digged the well, the nobles of the people digged it by I can't even see that. By the direction of the lawgiver with the staves, and from the wilderness went to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nathaliel, and from Nathaliel to Bamat, and from Bamat in the valley that was in the country of Moab to the top of Pisgah, which looked toward Jeshimon. Uh, and the children of Israel, oh, I'm in the wrong area. Hold on. Okay, there we go. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, the king of the Amorites, saying, Let me pass through thy land. We will not turn into the fields or go into the vineyards. We will not drink of the waters of the well, but we will go along by the king's highway until we be passed by thy borders. And Sihon would not suffer Israel to pass through the border, but Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Israel into the wilderness, and he came to Jahaz to fight against Israel. And Israel smote him with the edge of the sword and possessed his land from Arnon unto Jabbok, even unto the children of Ammon. For the border of the children of Ammon was strong. And Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in all the cities of the Amorites, in Heshbon, and in all the villages thereof. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab, and had taken all his land out of his hand, even unto Arnon. Wherefore they that speak in proverbs say, Come into Heshbon, let the city of Sihon be built and prepared. For there is a fire gone out of Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon. It hath consumed Ar of Moab, and the lords of the high places of Arnon. Woe to thee, Moab! Thou art undone, O people of Chemosh, and hath given his sons that escaped and his daughters into captivity unto King Sihon to Sihon, king of the Amorites. We have shot at them. Heshbon is perished, even unto Debon, and we have laid them waste, even unto Nephah, which reacheth unto Medeba. Thus Israel dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and Moses sent to spy out Jazer, and they took the villages thereof and drove out the Amorites that were there. And they turned and went up by the way of Bashan, and Og, the king of Bashan, went out against them, he and all his people, to the battle of Edrei. And the Lord said unto Moses, Fear him not, for I have delivered him into thy hand, all his people and his land, and thou shalt do unto him as thou didst unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dwelt in Heshbon. So they smote him and his sons and all his people until there was none left of him alive, and they possessed his land. Chapter 22. And the children of Israel swept forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side of Jordan of Jericho. And Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was sore afraid of the people because they were many. And Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, Now shall this company lick up all that are round about us, and the ox, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time. He sent messengers before unto Balaam, the son of Beor, to Pethor, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. Come now, therefore, I pray thee, and curse me this people, for they are too mighty for me. Peradventure I shall prevail, that we shall smite them, and that I may drive them out of the land. For I wot that he whom thou blessest is blessed, and he whom thou cursest is cursed. And the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the rewards of the divination in their hand, and they came unto Balaam and spake these words unto Balak. And he said unto them, Lodge here this night, and I will bring you word again, as the Lord shall speak unto me. And the princes of Moab abode with Balaam. And God came unto Balaam and said, What men are these with thee? And Balaam said unto God, Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, hath sent me unto me, saying, Behold, there is a people come out of Egypt, which covereth the face of the earth. Come now, curse them. Peradventure I shall be able to overcome them and drive them out. And God said unto Balaam, Thou shalt not go with him. Thou shalt not curse this people, for they are blessed. And Balaam rose up in the morning and said to the princes of Balak, Get you into your land, for the Lord refuses to give me leave to go with you. And the princes of Moab rose up, and they went to Balak and said, Balaam refuseth to come with us. And Balak sent yet again princes, more and more honorable than they. And they came to Balaam and said to him, Thus saith Balak, the son of Zippor, Let nothing, I pray thee, hinder thee from coming up unto me. For I will promote thee unto for I will promote thee unto very great honor, and I will do whatsoever thou sayest unto me. Come, therefore, I pray thee, curse me this people. And Balaam answered and said unto the servants of Balak, If Balak will give me this house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of my Lord, my God, and do less or more. Now therefore pray you, tarry ye also upon this night, that I may know what the Lord will say unto me more. And God came unto Balaam that night and said unto him, If the men come to me, if the men if the men come to call thee, rise up and go with them. But yet the word which I shall say unto thee, thou shalt do. And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the princes of Moab. And God's anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of the Lord stood in the way of the adversary for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his ass, and his two servants were with him. And the ass saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And the ass turned aside from the way and went into the field. And Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way. But the angel of the Lord stood in the path of the vineyards, a wall being on this side and a wall on that side. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she thrust herself into the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again. And the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place where there was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she fell down under Balaam, and Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff. And the Lord opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Balaam, What have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? And Balaam said to the ass, Because thou hast mocked me, and thou hast mocked me, I would there there were a sword in my hand, for now would I kill thee. And the ass said unto Balaam, Am I not thine ass, upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was thine unto this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? And he said, Nay. Then the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in his way, and his sword drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his head and fell flat to his face. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, Wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy is perverse before me. And the ass saw me and turned from me these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, I surely now also I had slain thee and saved her alive. And Balaam said unto the angel of the Lord, I have sinned, for I knew not what thou stoodest in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displease thee, I will get me back again. And the angel of the Lord said unto Balaam, Go with the men, but only the word that I shall speak unto thee, that shalt thou speak. So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. And when Balak heard that Balaam was come, he went out to meet him in the city of Moab, which is in the border of Arnon, which is in the utmost coast. And Balak said unto Balaam, Did I not earnestly send unto thee to call thee? Wherefore camest thou not unto me? And am I not able indeed to promote thee to honor? And Balaam said unto Balak, Lo, I am come unto thee. Have I now any power at all to say anything? The word that God putteth in my mouth, that shall I speak. And Balaam went with Balak, and they came to oh, and they came to Kirjath Huzoth. And Balak offered oxen and sheep and sent to Balaam and to the princes that were with him. And it came to pass on the morrow that Balak took Balaam and brought him up into the high places of Baal, that thence he might see the utmost part of the people. And Balaam said to Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken. And Balak and Balaam offered of every altar a bullock and a ram. And Balaam said unto Balak, Stand by the burnt offering, and I will go. Peradventure the Lord will come to meet me, and whatsoever he showed me, I will tell thee. And he went to an high place, and God met Balaam. And he said unto him, I have prepared 7 altars, and I have prepared unto every altar a bullock, a ram. And the Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth and said, Return unto Balak, and thus shalt thou speak. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifice, he and all the princes of Moab. And he took up this parable and said, Balak the king of Moab hath brought me from Aram out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come, curse me, Jacob, and come, defy Israel. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord shall not be defied? For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. Whom can count the dust of Jacob, and the number of the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like this. And Balak said unto Balaam, What hast thou done unto me? I took thee took thee to curse thine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether. And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which the Lord hath put in my mouth? And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray thee, with me unto another place from hence whence thou mayest see them. Thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them all, and cursed me them from thence. And he brought him into the field of Zophim to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. And he said unto Balak, Stand here by thy burnt offering, while I uh, meet the Lord yonder. And the Lord met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, Go again unto Balak, and say thus. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, What hath the Lord spoken? And he took up this parable and said, Rise up, Balak, and hear, hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. And hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall it not he not make good? Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he hath blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither hath he seen perverseness in Israel. The Lord is God, the Lord his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. God brought them out of Egypt, he hath as it were strength of a unicorn. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, What hath God wrought? Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion, and lift himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey and drink of the blood of the slain. And Balak and drink of the blood of the slain. Let's see here. I lost my place. Slain. And Balak said unto Balaam, Neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all. But Balaam answered and said unto Balak, Told not I thee, saying, All that the Lord speaketh, that I must do? And Balak said unto Balaam, Come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place. Peradventure it will please God that thou mayest curse me them from thence. And Balak brought Balaam to the top of Peor, that looketh toward Jeshimon. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me here 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. Chapter 24. And when Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he went not, as it were other times, to seek for enhancements, but he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes, and he saw Israel abiding in his tents according to the tribes, and the Spirit of God came unto him. And he took up this parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor hath said, and the men whose eyes are open have said, He hath said, which heard the words of God, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. How godly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. As the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the riverside, as the trees of line aloes, and which the Lord hath planted, and as cedar trees beside the water. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. God brought him forth out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of a unicorn. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows. He crouched, he lay as a lion, as a great lion. Who shall stir him up? Blessed is he that blesseth thee, and cursed is he that curseth thee. And Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he smote his hands together. And Balak said unto Balaam, I called thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times. Therefore now flee thou to thy place. I thought to promote thee unto great honor, but lo, the Lord hath kept thee back from honor. And Balaam said unto Balak, Spake I not to thy messengers which thou sentest unto me, saying, If Balak would give us me these house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the commandment of the Lord, to do either good or bad of mine own mind. But what the Lord saith, that I will speak. And now behold, I go into my people and come therefore. I will advertise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. And he took up this parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor have said, and the man whose eyes are open have said, he have said, which heard the words of God and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come out of a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Seth. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth in the city. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up this parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but this latter end shall be that he perish forever. And he took up and he looked upon the Kenites, and took up this parable and said, Strong is thy dwelling places, and thou puttest thy nest in a rock. Nevertheless, the Kenites shall be wasted until Ashur shall carry thee away captive. And he looked up this parable and said, Alas, who shall live when God doeth this? And ships shall come from the coast of Chittim, and shall afflict Ashur, and shall afflict Eber, and he shall also perish forever. And Balaam rose up and went and returned to his place, and Balak also went his way. Brothers and sisters, that will conclude our reading for today. Thank you for bearing with me, through all my troubles I was having. Man, this smoke is really killing me right now. But anyway, thanks for being with me. I will not be having a response to what the reading was today. I'm gonna just go ahead and end the stream. But I will go out and I'm going to let me see here. I'm gonna bless us with another song, just to get our days going. With the sister Brit Yah. Play it again. And anyway, let's see here. Let me remove. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. Let's see here. Let me go one more time. Let's see here. Okay, let me just grab it. Okay, like I said, you guys have a beautiful Sabbath. Enjoy the rest of the day. Praise the Almighty Yah, and continue again next Sabbath, God willing. Shalom, shalom.
Every time I look up to the sky, I get the chills. He heals me, showed me all the thrills. Had to turn it down a notch, I can't be doing what I feel. Always wanted fancy houses in the hills, music deals. I was fighting just to find my next meal. Now all I want is healing, life not death. This is spirit versus flesh. Which one you gon' keep killing? Every day you take the test. Who you gon' keep fearing? Man of the Most High himself. I'd rather seek the kingdom till I take my last breath. Rather have peace than $1 million check. Rather have grace, love, mercy, and respect. Rather trust in Yah, use the Sabbath for my rest. No regrets, I'm really blessed. Praise Yahuwah every sec, praise Yahuwah every breath. Get to know what he accept. Drop the pride and now I get to know him fully and in depth. I know I'm imperfect, but I'm always giving him my best. But I'm always giving him my best. Grace, love, peace, that's what he brings to me, oh best. But I'm always giving him my best. Grace, love, peace, that's what he brings to me. I gotta thank him again, I never take it in vain. I don't know where to begin, even releasing the chains. I know I have to repent, I know I had to be changed. Had to get out of the game, tired of chasing the fame. Giving my life to the great, save my soul in exchange. And this world will never get a break. Dedicate my life to his love, only one that's always been the same. Let me do the pain, you get esteem, honor, and praise. I was in pain, but you give me rest. Knows I'm imperfect, but I'm always giving my best. But I'm always giving him my best. Grace, love, peace, that's what he brings to me, oh best. But I'm always giving him my best. Grace, love, peace, that's what he brings to me. Praise Yahweh, praise Yahweh, hallelujah.